We should be able to feed every child in America who's going to school. What is up with that? We put them on buses when they need, we get them the transportation. What's the big deal about letting the school lunch program aspire? So no child should ever go hungry. No human being should ever go hungry. I mean, we should definitely aspire to make that happen, especially in this hegemonic nation of ours, the United States. But unfortunately, that is not what is happening. The free lunch program has ended across the country. Take a look at this headline. Universal free lunch has ended. Students can't learn if they're hungry. True that. Now that COVID era free lunch meals for all have expired, many parents are fearing for their finances and the health of their children. I don't even understand why the program would end, but there we go. That's our Congress. This is what is happening in America. That headline was made from August. The new school year started in September, and here are more details on this travesty. A COVID-era universal free lunch program has expired this academic year. Free or reduced meals are still available for those who qualify and go through an application process. But even so, many parents are worried about their finances and their ability to feed their children. And we can understand why parents are worried about that. Inflation is eating up almost every dollar and dime that they have. People don't have a whole lot of spare money right now. And so you would worry, they should worry, but so should all of us too, because those children are our children as well. An estimated 10 million children now no longer have access to free lunch, according to the Agriculture Department, because their parents are above, or in many cases, just barely over the poverty line. In addition, low-income parents who may qualify must go back to filling out forms and applying for free or reduced lunch, an often onerous process. That makes no sense to me, Jessica.
Yeah, it makes no sense to me either. The fact that children can be in debt for their school lunch as well is insane, and be refused lunch if they need something to eat. When we think about public goods, we all work, we all pay into a pool. No one can run a school on their own. We depend on public schools, and some people send their kids to private and charter schools. But the theory is that if we all pay in, we should pay into the things that allow a child to get a good education, which includes being fed. You can't learn when you're hungry. Countless studies show that children do not retain information if they're hungry. So if we provide lunch for all students, it gets rid of that class division in the school lunchroom, where some kids have packed lunch, some kids are getting refused lunch from the cafeteria because they can't afford it. Instead, just give everybody lunch, feed all of the kids, save the parents and caretakers the trouble of packing a lunch. It's a simple solution.
It really is, Jessica, and given that, if we couple that with the expiration of the child tax credit, it just really exacerbates an already troubling pattern. Just one more headline before we go to break. I want folks to see what some folks at Fox had to say. Let's put this up. Fox Martha McCullum and Larry Kudlow, attacked school lunch programs. These kids are all going to grow up thinking, well, school lunch is free. I mean, how heartless can you be? You mean they're gonna grow up thinking that school lunch is free, but meanwhile back at the tax breaks for Wall Street, what are they thinking? You ain't got a problem with corporate welfare, but when it comes to helping working class families and poor families and their children, you have a problem. And this is coming from the party of family values. Lord help us all.